So I just got done watching the season finale of season 6 of The Walking Dead. And I'm kind of sunburned in the face. Was working all day. But let's imagine for a second that I don't look ridiculous. The way I look is actually red in the face because of how angry I am. Let's just imagine that for a second. I would think the people that are going to be watching this video, the whole two, people, um, they're going to be, those people are going to have an experience reading the Walking Dead comics, or at least know of the Walking Dead comics and what the significance of Negan is and what that storyline represents. So, this will be your only warning. Spoilers ahead. In the comics, Robert Kirkman killed off pretty much the fan favorite of the show, which was Glenn. Negan killed him with his fucking bat, and it was great. It was great. Robert Kirkman in the Walking Dead comics wasn't and is not scared of killing his fan favorites. He's not really scared of killing anyone off in the Walking Dead comics. At the end of each single issue of the Walking Dead comics, there's what's called, they call it the letter hacks. This is a Q&A at the end of each issue. And in it, over the years of reading The Walking Dead, a lot of fans have written in, saying a whole slew of things. And around the time that he killed Glenn, a lot of people were angry, telling him that he was a literal bad person for killing Glenn off the way that he did and all of this stuff. And Robert Kirkman was of the mind that a character's death should equate their life. The better the character, the more gruesome the death should be. And not only that, but his response to fans getting upset about characters being killed off was, thank you for, liking my character so much. That's really flattering, but, I have to stay true to my vision and just, have faith in the fact that, if I reached you and a character resonated with you so much, have faith that the next characters I introduce will resonate with you as well, and you'll like them just as much. And then I'm going to kill them too. Now, contrast that with the TV show, and aside from the first season, which was done in a completely different format, you're met with just the most filler bullshit. And I'm just so sick of putting up with it. The TV show is a fucking hack. It doesn't even deserve the name The Walking Dead on it. I have a kind of theory. I feel like Robert Kirkman has no doubt signed a non-disclosure agreement. So if he had some sort of real complaints, he couldn't say go on the Talking Dead and discuss those complaints publicly. He couldn't in an interview say, well, I didn't really like the way this episode went. I thought it was, kind of bullshit, and they need to be killing off more of the characters like I did in the comics, and not fill it with such meaningless fucking dribble and filler bullshit that's concerned more with ratings and less with the storyline. He can't say anything like that. AMC would slap a lawsuit on him. I think that there have been problems between AMC creatively and Robert Kirkman, and their negotiations on how to resolve that, because they're not staying true to Kirkman's artistic vision. So AMC's answer, their compromise to leave it out of court, was giving him creative control on his own version of The Walking Dead, and giving him Fear the Walking Dead. Now, they had to stipulate that he couldn't just reboot their show, because they're not going to want to compete with, just a reboot of The Walking Dead with the same characters. No, they had to stipulate that he had to completely start from scratch. But I think that's what it is. I think Fear the Walking Dead is evidence that Robert Kirkman can't stand the TV show, because they're not at all taking cues from him. I've read so many interviews and answered questions from Robert Kirkman that he is unapologetically glad to kill off his characters, and the TV show just does not deliver on that front. They do not deliver, and I'm sick of it. Tonight, on the season finale, I can't even articulate how pissed off I am. I've got a lot of sand in my vagina, so it's going to take me a little while to unpack this, but they ruined the introduction to Negan. They can never take that back. They ruined that whole scene. And for people that didn't even know what was gonna go down or anything, if there were people that love this show, that are fans of this show, that have managed to stay away from all of the spoilers of what happens with Negan and all of that stuff, like, man, those people don't even know what they missed out on and what was taken away from them. Because that moment in the comics was just unbelievable. And now, no matter if next season they come back and there's no more filler bullshit episodes, and they start doing it, they give creative control to Robert Kirkman. That introduction to Negan, that whole scene is going to be forever tainted. Forever tainted. There's no taking it back. I don't understand. Could it be that they haven't decided yet who they're gonna kill? Because they keep pussyfooting around killing the original cast members. So is it that they're undecided? I mean, that's fine. Okay, you're undecided. So you want some time to think about it. Okay, then great. End it on the eeny, meeny, miny, mo thing, and that's it. End it when he walks out of the camper. But to start showing it, they just ruined it. They botched it. Now, what's going to happen when the show comes back? Season 7. Are they even going to expose what happened right there? Are they going to detract and have some sort of Morgan standalone episode? Or they're going to make us wait 3 episodes to find out they're gonna do a Negan prequel on how Negan became Negan. You know, what dirty antics are they gonna have to add filler because they suck at writing that are gonna be ridiculous filler bullshit episodes? And then, ultimately, which was sort of the controversy in my mind, who are they going to kill? Because unless it is Daryl, Michonne, Maggie, it can't be Carol. Carol was completely separated. Carol was a choice before, but it's not even really possible anymore, so it can't be Carol. So, Daryl, Michonne, Glenn, Maggie. Anyone less, you know, if it's Abraham or Eugene. They hinted in this episode that they were going to kill Eugene so much. You know, I hadn't even thought. I thought Eugene was safe because, you know, in the comics, he does the whole bullet thing. He becomes kind of important that way. But he hands over the whole process, so he lost his usefulness, according to the writers. That's what they were hinting at. So, if Negan fucking kills Eugene, and that's the big fucking, that's the big death, that pales in comparison to what went down in the comic. It's not even, it doesn't even register on the fucking charts. So, if that ends up happening, and they kill Eugene, then this was all for nothing too. Just like the whole gimmicky bullshit Glenn death that happened earlier in this season. That was so obvious that it wasn't Glenn that died. So many people were leaving the community. You know, it's not like in Breaking Bad where Vince Gilligan had an idea of what Walt's personality was. And Walt's personality drove just about the entire show. No, that's not what happens in The Walking Dead. What happens is they just make, you know, a bunch of stupid decisions that are just thrown in by the writers that are completely out of character for Rick, whoever, just to get them in shitty situations to propel the show. It's stupid. It's lazy writing. If there ever were a time to kill Daryl, this would have been the time to do it. Now, you could say that it still is. They still didn't expose who they killed, but who gives a fuck? I'm done. I'm done watching The Walking Dead, so whatever. You know? But if they ever gonna kill Daryl, this was the time to do it. This was the most glorifying death for Daryl, for Daryl's character. Now, let's bring up another point. How many months until the next season comes out? Things are leaking all the time with The Walking Dead. Now, is it possible that someone's gonna find a little scribble from one of the writers, find one of their little composition books, uh, the odds are this is going to the death is going to leak. That's my guess. This is going to be ruined for people. And they're taking that chance. They're rolling the dice with that. That they're going to be able to keep this secret. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to leak. We can debate whether the slight bat scene leak of Negan was deliberate, just to rile people up, or whether it was a legitimate leak. If it was a legitimate leak, it's by far not the only leaks. And I think it's gonna leak. I'm so sick right now. I've got to go to work at 4 in the morning, and I doubt I'm gonna sleep much because of how much this episode upset me. Robert Kirkman would love to kill Daryl. If Daryl was a one of his comic book characters, and they had so many people, that loved Daryl the way that everybody loves Daryl in the TV show. At least most people do that watch The Walking Dead. Robert Kirkman would love to kill Daryl off. He would use it to his advantage because Robert Kirkman is a very smart writer. I don't know what the fucking writers are doing in this TV show. But let me discuss this, okay? This is, from my recollection, this is the first episode that's been an hour and a half long since the first season. Because the first season was done completely different from every other season since. The first season was done 6 episodes in the season, hour and a half each. And they also admit that they filmed them like short movies. Right? So the writing was different, more deliberate. There's only 6 episodes, so it was a lot more story-driven, very fast-paced. I wish they would go back to this format. Whether it's 6 episodes, 8 episodes, 30 episodes, 2 episodes. I don't care. I would rather have a short amount of episodes that are great episodes and have to wait extremely long wait times to get a new season than have it be complete filler shit. But, good writing is not the focus of The Walking Dead. Not anymore. The fans are not the focus of the show. Money is the deciding factor right now. I mean, that's the only explanation for it, because they know they're fucking up. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about the fans. They don't give a shit about Robert Kirkman. They just don't care. They don't care. I think that this is grounds for a reboot. I think it's that damaging. I think The Walking Dead should be rebooted. I think that Robert Kirkman should renegotiate and leave AMC. Go somewhere where he can actually show Negan the way he wrote him. Now, granted, Negan has some bad, dialogue. It's not written the best or whatever, but certainly he could have put a little more of his character in than they wrote in. I mean, the amount of fucks in the comic compared to the two shits that was said. Jesus, man. I can't believe what went down. So now we're all gonna have to wait, assuming you're still gonna watch the show. And this video is just, I guess, me saying I'm done. You can all go watch the show. That's fine. This is not going to mean anything. They're not going to change it. There's nothing that can be done, whatever. So, you know, it's just someone bitching on the internet. But, I mean, I'm done. At every turn, all of my other friends were like, man, I'm so sick of the filler shit, whatever. And I was like, no, it's getting a little better. And I was doing the fanboy thing. And now I'm done. Fuck it. I'm done. Fuck the Walking Dead. Fuck Scott Gimple. Fuck the excuses they keep making. Fuck the Talking Dead that acts like that episode was good at all. Acting like they didn't just fuck everything up. Acting as if, like, all is well. Just going on with an episode of The Talking Dead like everything's fine, you know? We didn't just all get fucked over collectively as fans. You know, just act like it all fucking never happened. I think that until someone who has the balls to kill off the favorite characters, or they give it to Robert Kirkman to control, this is all that we'll ever fucking have is filler bullshit. They've had season after season to stop doing this shit, and it's just getting worse. And now on top of it, they ruined one of the best fucking things to happen in the comics. If you disagree with me, you know, let me know. Call me a douchebag, idiot, whatever in the comments, whatever. It doesn't matter to me, man. This is fucking stupid. The episode was stupid. If you are a comic book fan of The Walking Dead and you liked this episode, you're fucking stupid. Plain and simple. You are not the very best fucking judge of good fucking writing. Hashtag boycott The Walking Dead. Maybe it'll start trending.